Crank it up.
Hey everyone, I'm Fred, and today's episode is going to be a little bit different. We are going to do a giveaway, but there is a little bit of a story behind it. So I've been working with Evolve for a while now, and one of the things I like best is seeing people ride these boards for the very first time.
So I haven't really ever ridden a skateboard before because I grew up out in the country and there wasn't really anywhere to skate.
I've never been much of a skateboarder, maybe a few times as a kid, but nothing really major. I was good at Tony Hawk's though, so I think maybe that counts.
So my experience with skateboards pretty much ended at the age of 10. Haven't really wanted to touch one since, but we'll give it a shot.
So when I first met the guys from Evolve, I'd never ridden one of these boards before. I'd actually never really even ridden a skateboard before, and I never thought it was going to be for me. But the guys from Evolve said, try it out and see how you go. So Jeff, the owner of Evolve, lent me his Carbon GT, and I made a 4-part video series on my journey, with the idea being that I would go from nothing to being able to commute from home to work.
When I said that Evolve gave me a board to use, I actually hadn't realized that this was the very, very first production model of the GT Carbon. So this is actually model number 1.
Now by the end of the series, I had honestly fallen in love with this board, and I was so sad I had to give it back.
It was awesome, and it was fun, and it was easy, and I don't think I can give Evolve their board back.
So what I didn't show you in that series is what happened next. I took the board back in to return to Jeff, and we were having a conversation about the whole video series, and he asked me what I honestly thought. And I told him that I was really surprised at how much I liked it. I really, really valued the experience, and I had such a great time riding the board, and it was so sad I had to give it back. And right there and then, he looked at me and he said, "I'm so glad you enjoyed it. You can have my board." And let's not forget, this was Carbon GT number 1. This was the first Carbon GT off the production line, his personal board and a collector's item. And after he heard how much I loved it, he had no hesitation in giving it to me. I was honestly floored. And this is the actual board. It's a 1.5 years later, and I still ride it, and I still make videos on it, and I still love it. It's a very special board to me. So that's why this episode is a little bit different. I was a first-time rider, and I was floored by the generosity that allowed me to keep riding this board and having those amazing experiences. So what I want to do is pay that forward. So what I've done is I've personally purchased a board from Evolve, and I want to give that board to someone in the community who wants to experience an Evolve board for the very first time. So what I'd like you to do in the comments below is nominate someone who you think would love to ride this board for the first time and tell me why. Now, that could be you. Ideally though, it's someone you know. I'll pick the best answer and send them a board to keep.